back to my channel. I'm so happy that you are here, and if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel to show some support, and thank you so much for watching. Yo, so college was dope, you guys. I would give it all up. I love my life, I love my job, I love my friends, I love everything that's going on right now in my life, and I'm so blessed to be in this season. But you guys, I would give it up in a heartbeat to go back from day one, freshman year, August 25th, wherever day I started, and do it all over. I had so much fun. It's been 2.5 years since I graduated. I cannot believe how fast time is flying. Life after college is boring. I work a typical 9 to 5, and it is crazy how much I'm always just reminiscing or thinking or sitting up with my friends talking about the good old days and how life was just so easy and we had so much fun. However, there is a few things that I wish I would have did differently, a few things that I wish somebody would have told me. But since nobody was there to tell me, I'm gonna tell you guys what I wish I would have done differently when I was in college. The first thing that I wish somebody would have told me is to calm my hot down. I was so freaking geeked to be in school. Y'all don't understand. And I wouldn't say that I went like super crazy my freshman year because I had a lot of freedom in high school. My mom, she didn't really keep a super tight rein on me. I wasn't sheltered growing up, but I can see why other people like went crazy. I think I would probably say the first semester is when I went a little bit crazy. I ended up getting like my tongue pierced, my nose pierced, I got a huge back tattoo. Like something was going on. Like something was going on with me. Like I was crazy. So I wish somebody would have told me that I don't have to be at every party. I didn't have to be where all of the guys were. Like I wish somebody would have just told me to calm down. The second thing that I wish somebody would have told me is to be very careful who I associate myself with. And my mom always told me growing up, it's not what it is, it's what it looked like. It was, I guess I didn't understand like the repercussions of how it looked to be hanging out with a bunch of college athletes, you know, the basketball players, football players, the frats and stuff like that. It was nothing for me to be on a boys dorm and a bunch of guys seeing me. Not like I was doing anything, but just literally hanging out. I just was not mindful of how everything looked. And of course, a bunch of kids straight out of high school who don't have nothing better to do but sit around and talk about people. My name got tossed in the line of fire a few times in my freshman year, and I was so freaking sad. Like I was just so like, oh my gosh, like how could people think these negative things about me? You know, I was not doing anything. I generally wasn't doing nothing. I was just like, dang, so-and-so is cool. Like, these people are cool. This little crew is cool or whatever. But I just was not mindful of how it looked on the outside. So that's one thing I really wish somebody would have told me. I mean, right now, it seems almost like common sense, but it wasn't. Just young. I was stupid, and it is what it is. But lucky for me, a lot of people who probably had the most to say didn't make it to second semester. So another thing that I wish somebody would have told me when I first went to school was to pick a city that I really enjoyed being in. It took about 2 months for me to just be over campus and want to embark or see what else is outside of the off campus. So, and the city that I went to school in was so freaking dry. Like it honestly ruined like my experience. Like now that I think about it, it would have been so dope to go to a college where it was in like LA or New York City or like downtown Chicago. You know, like I really like big cities. So I wish I would have picked a campus where the city was dope, almost doper than the school. Okay, it sucks that I even have to say this, that I even wish somebody would have told me, but I really wish I would have just went to class. Like, you guys, y'all don't understand. I felt gym my first semester because I honestly did not go. It was at like 3 o'clock, and you know, by that time you're trying to see what everybody's doing, you're trying to see like what's popping in different common areas, libraries, you know, the food courts and all that stuff. And I just didn't go. I just did not go. I don't know what I was expecting to happen, but I felt gym, and Literally, I was a junior taking PE 101 with all little freshies, and I was sick to my stomach. I hated it so much. Oh my gosh. Another thing that I wish somebody would have told me when I went to school is do not ball out on them college refund checks, you guys. Student loan debt is a okay, it is so, oh my gosh, it's almost a scam when you think about it. Like, to just be my age and as much debt, student debt that I am, is like sickening. It really is sickening. Another thing that I wish that I honestly would have known is not to take so many situationships so serious. And what's so interesting about that is I remember driving, I don't know if me and my mom, we were driving down and drop me off at school, but I do remember it was like right around that time that I was supposed to go. And she looked over and was like, hey Amber, you know you might meet your husband when you go to college. And I had already heard, I think I read in like Essence magazine sometime in high school that 3 out of 4 black men who go to college, they meet their wives. So I was already thinking that, but when my mom said it, it was like almost confirmed. So everybody who I so much as talked to, I was just convinced that they might be my husband one day. And it was like, that's a really, really, really horrible mentality to have. It really made things a lot harder than they really should have had to been. And not every guy that I came across, that I talked to, who I dated or anything else, I should have been looking at them like that, because the men were not who I needed to be with, let alone think I should marry. Something else that I wish somebody would have told me when I went to college was do not be in a rush to move off campus. Your social life screech the moment you move off campus, because you're just not there. You're not in the mix of things. It's so hard to figure out like what's going on campus. So things just got like a lot less lit when I moved off campus. Another thing that I regret in college is working full-time. I think the last like 2.5 years of my college career, I worked full-time while I was also in school full-time, and I don't have nothing to show for it. I didn't save all that money. I didn't do anything. It was just a job, and I worked and I went to school, and I missed out on so many things. Like I missed games, I missed just different activities, I missed parties, I missed all the things because I was just so focused on trying to work. And I'm literally gonna be working the next up till I'm 60. I'm not retiring no time soon, and I wish I would have just really enjoyed those few years of not having to work and only focus on my studies, only focus on having fun. Definitely go to spring break all 4 years when you're in school, or however long that you're in school. Like, me and my friends, we took a girls trip a few months ago, and you won't understand how hard it is to like line up people's schedule, make sure people got, you know, different funds in order, like all this stuff just for like a weekend. When you're in college, everybody has that time off. There'll never be a trip as great as Panama City when you're like a freshman or sophomore in college. Like, there's nothing compared. Like, no matter how big your money gets, you could be staying in Costa Rica at the Four Seasons and have massages and excursions, all that stuff booked or whatever. Like right now, I travel a lot, but nothing is ever gonna be as lit as having 7 freaking girls sharing 2 hotel rooms in Panama City Beach, like having the time of their life. I wish somebody would have told me to not be so quick to drop a class. The moment things got hard, the moment I read the syllabus and saw that I had 12 or 15 papers due, the moment it got a little bit rough, I would drop a class. And for me, I graduated a year behind, and it attributed because I was dropping all these classes. Like, I remember having a conversation with my advisor. It was like me when I was graduating and stuff like that, and he was so angry at me. He was just like, you're not graduating on time. I was just like, you know, why not? Like, let me sign up for this class. And he was like, no, it's only offered in the springtime. He was like, why didn't you take it last spring? And I was like, oh, I dropped it. And he was just like, you silly girl. I mean, I know he wanted to say you dumb as fuck. He was just so mad at me. And yeah, dropping in classes and stuff like that, you still gotta pay for it, you still gotta take it. It really is just a waste of everybody's time, especially your own. Last but not least, a huge regret that I had in college, and I wish somebody would have told me, is to follow the school that I really want to be in. I had such a huge desire to go to HBCU all through high school, and I really let fear of being homesick or missing my family. The school that I wanted to go to was like 13 and 14 hours away, and I was petrified. I was so scared. And in hindsight, I didn't go home that much when I was in school. Yeah, my school ended up being like 2.5 hours away from my mother, but I didn't go home. I only went home like during Thanksgiving. Like, I didn't find a need to. My whole life that I have right now is a direct reflection of what my alma mater did for me. So the friends that I have that I talk to every single day, I met where I was in college. Braylon, who I'm gonna marry this year, I met him in my college. My job that I have right now that I love so much, I got through a connection from my college. So I really appreciate it. I don't have, you know, any like huge regrets for going there, because I love my life and I know that everything, you know, God is sovereign, and it was the reason I was meant to go there, because, and that's how the life that I have now that I'm super grateful for. But I always wonder, like, what if, like, how different things could have been if I would have just been brave. I went to school, I was a freshman in college in 2010, and I graduated 2 years ago in 2015, and I still think like how different life could have been if I would have went there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said earlier, if you have not already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.